Embark with us on a journey through Africa's hidden wonders. If you're captivated by untold stories and breathtaking adventures, make sure to subscribe to our channel for more cinematic explorations. Deep within the continent's embrace, far from any paved road or city light, live communities of people who remain hidden from the wider world. These are not lost tribes. They are people who have chosen or have been forced by geography to remain apart. Their cultures are like rare, delicate flowers blooming in isolation. They have been protected by dense forests, vast deserts, and formidable mountain ranges. For generations, they have passed down their knowledge, their stories, and their rituals, creating a rich tapestry of human experience that is entirely their own. Their existence is a powerful reminder that our modern way of life is not the only one. The reasons for their seclusion are as varied as the landscapes they inhabit. For some, it is a conscious choice to preserve their traditions against the encroachment of the outside world. They have seen what happens when ancient cultures meet modern society and have chosen to keep their distance. For others, the isolation is simply a fact of life, dictated by the sheer remoteness of their homes. To reach them, one must travel for days, even weeks, on foot or by canoe, through some of the most challenging terrains on Earth. This isolation has acted as a natural guardian, preserving their unique languages, beliefs, and social structures. Imagine a language that has never been written down, a language whose every word is tied to a specific plant, animal, or star in the sky. Imagine a history that is not recorded in books, but is instead sung in epic poems from one generation to the next. This is the reality for many of these hidden communities. Their knowledge of the natural world is encyclopedic. They know the medicinal properties of thousands of plants. They can predict the weather by observing the behavior of insects. This is not superstition. It is science, born from thousands of years of careful observation and passed down through memory. To encounter such a culture is a profound and humbling experience. It challenges our own perceptions of progress and civilization. These are societies that have thrived for centuries without the technologies we consider essential. Their wealth is not measured in money, but in community, in knowledge, and in their deep spiritual connection to the land that sustains them. They represent a branch of the human family that has followed a different path, a path that runs parallel to our own, reminding us of the incredible diversity of human ingenuity and resilience. Their world is a fragile one, a precious echo of our shared past. In these hidden corners of the world, survival is a daily challenge. And for many tribes, the hunt is the ultimate test of skill, courage, and spiritual strength. It is more than just a means of finding food. It is a ritual, a sacred act that binds the community together and reaffirms their relationship with the animal world. Consider the hunters who move silently through the undergrowth. Their senses are sharpened to an almost supernatural degree. They can read tracks that are invisible to an untrained eye. They can smell an animal on the wind from a great distance. They move with the grace of the very predators they seek to emulate. The moment of the hunt is filled with immense tension. It is a dance between life and death. Some tribes have developed unique and daring methods. For instance, there are communities where men will hunt large game, such as buffalo or even elephant, with nothing more than spears. This is an act of incredible bravery. It requires perfect teamwork, an intimate knowledge of the animal's behavior, and an unwavering nerve. One mistake, one moment of hesitation can be fatal. The air grows thick with suspense as the hunters close in, their bodies tensed, their minds focused on a single, critical purpose. One of the most astonishing practices involves a form of ritual theft. Certain tribes in the savannah have learned to challenge lions for their kills. This is not a battle of brute force, it is a contest of wills. A small group of hunters, often just 2 or 3, will approach a pride of lions that has just brought down a large animal. They do not run or shout. They walk slowly, purposefully, with an air of absolute confidence. Their body language, their calm demeanor, is designed to confuse the powerful predators. It is a psychological game, a display of courage so profound that the lions, momentarily bewildered, will often back away, allowing the men to cut away a piece of meat before retreating. This act, so perilous and so audacious, is steeped in tradition. It is a rite of passage, a way for young men to prove their worth to the community. But it is also a powerful symbol of their place in the natural order. They do not see themselves as masters of the environment, but as participants within it. They understand the risks. They respect the power of the lion. They take only what they need, and in doing so, they maintain a delicate balance. This ritual, terrifying to an outsider, is a testament to a deep understanding of animal psychology and an extraordinary level of human courage. The relationship between these hidden tribes and the wildlife around them is, well, profoundly complex. It's not simply a relationship between hunter and prey. It's a spiritual connection, a pact formed over countless generations. Animals are not just sources of food or danger. They are neighbors. They are messengers from the spirit world. They are characters in the stories that shape the culture's understanding of the cosmos. The cry of a particular bird might be an omen. The appearance of a rare snake could signify a message from an ancestor. Every creature has its place and its meaning within their intricate web of belief. This deep connection is visible in their daily lives. Children are taught from a very young age to identify animal tracks, to mimic their calls, and to understand their habits. This is not just practical knowledge for survival. It's a form of cultural education. They learn that the forest and the savannah are not empty spaces, but are populated by other beings with their own lives and their own families. This, in turn, fosters a sense of respect. When an animal is killed for food, there are often rituals of thanks, an acknowledgement of the life that has been given to sustain the life of the community. Consider the tribes who live alongside the great apes, the gorillas and chimpanzees. They have observed them for centuries, learning from their social structures and their knowledge of the forest. In some cultures, these apes are seen as a kind of cousin, another tribe of people who simply do not speak the same language. There are stories of encounters, of shared moments that blur the line between human and animal. This proximity has bred a unique familiarity, a fellowship that's almost impossible for outsiders to grasp. They share the same home, eat the same fruits, and drink from the same streams. This coexistence is not always peaceful. Living in such close quarters with powerful animals like leopards, crocodiles, and elephants brings constant danger. Every trip to the river to collect water, every walk through the forest to gather food, carries a risk. Yet they have learned to navigate this perilous world. They know where the crocodile is likely to be resting. They can sense the presence of a leopard long before they see it. This is not a life of fear, but of constant awareness. It's a life lived on the edge, a delicate dance with the untamed forces of nature that they call home. Life in these remote lands is governed by natural rhythms, and honestly, none is more powerful than the rhythm of water. The rivers and the rains dictate the flow of the seasons. They determine when to plant, when to harvest, and when the great herds will migrate. The sound of the first rains after a long dry season is a sound of pure joy and relief. The parched earth drinks deeply, and within days a flush of green transforms the landscape. The air, once thick with dust, becomes clean and fragrant, filled with the scent of wet soil and blooming flowers. It's a time of renewal and hope. The river is the center of community life. It is a source of food, providing fish that are caught using ingenious traps and nets woven from plant fibers. It's a highway, with dugout canoes being the primary means of transport and communication between villages. But most importantly, it is a meeting place. In the cool of the morning, women come to collect water, their conversations and laughter echoing across the surface. Children splash and play in the shallows, their joyful shouts a constant soundtrack to the village day. The river is where stories are shared, where news is exchanged, and where the bonds of community are strengthened. As daylight fades, the sounds of the river change. The chorus of daytime birds gives way to the deep, resonant calls of frogs and the chirping of countless insects. The air grows cooler. A gentle mist may rise from the water's surface, softening the edges of the world. On the riverbank, the glow of a fire provides a small circle of light and warmth. This is a time for reflection, for storytelling. Elders pass down the history of their people, tales of great hunts, of powerful spirits, and of the creation of the world. The river, flowing silently past in the darkness, seems to listen, its steady current a reminder of the constant passage of time. This intimate connection to water also holds a deep spiritual significance. For many tribes, rivers are seen as sacred, the dwelling places of powerful spirits. Certain pools or waterfalls may be considered holy sites, places where rituals are performed and offerings are made. To pollute the river is not just an environmental crime, it's an act of profound disrespect to the spirits that protect the community. This belief ensures that the water remains clean and pure, a life-giving force that is cherished and protected, sustaining both the body and the soul of the people who depend upon it. To witness these cultures is to look through a window into our own deep past. It's to see humanity in a form that is both startlingly different and, at the same time, deeply familiar. The challenges they face of survival, of community, of making sense of the world, are the same challenges that have defined the human experience for millennia. Their solutions, born from millennia of isolation and intimacy with nature, are a testament to our species' incredible adaptability. They remind us that there are other ways of knowing, other ways of being, that are just as valid and as rich as our own. Their world, however, is fragile. The pressures of the modern age are closing in. Deforestation, climate change, and the relentless expansion of the outside world threaten their lands and their way of life. Every year, more of the ancient forests are cut down. Every year, the climate becomes more unpredictable, making the rains less reliable. These are threats that cannot be fought with spears or courage alone. The very isolation that has protected these cultures for so long is now breaking down, and their future is uncertain. Their disappearance would not just be a loss for them, it would be a loss for all of humanity. What can we take from this journey into unseen Africa? It is not a place for judgment or for romantic fantasy. It's a place for humility. It's a place to listen, to learn, and to reflect on our own place in the world. The deep wisdom held by these communities, their knowledge of the natural world, their strong community bonds, their spiritual connection to the land, is a treasure of incalculable worth. It offers a perspective that our fast-paced, technology-driven world has largely forgotten. It's a perspective that we may desperately need. The great, untamed wilds of Africa and the hidden tribes they shelter remain one of our planet's last great mysteries. They are a living monument to the diversity of life and culture. They inspire a sense of awe, a deep respect for the resilience of both nature and the human spirit. Their continued existence is not guaranteed. It depends on our ability to appreciate their value, to protect their lands, and to allow them the space to choose their own future. They are a vital part of our shared human story, and, well, it is a story that is not yet over. The Whispering Continent still has many secrets to share, if only we have the wisdom to listen.